Hi guys, it's me, V, just the person who we are straight A student of K-pop was a major. Say, I just filmed my top 5 girl groups of 2020. I'm now gonna do my top 5 boy groups of 2020. And my girl group video was like in half an hour long. I didn't mean for it to be. So I'm gonna try to make the boy group version a tiny bit shorter. Right, I'm gonna do it the same way as I did with my girl group, where I start with number 5, say the group, mention say why they're one of my favorite groups, and my bias and everything. Then start with number 5 and then getting into my number 1, my favorite. Right, okay. I'm also gonna say that there are 2 groups that they're my ultimate groups almost. That's not in my top 5, but they will have such a special place in my heart always. But they're not in my top 5 because there have been so many groups that have done so well this year, or last year, 2020. But I'll talk about that after I finished my list, because I don't want to give anything away. Okay, number 5. This group was in my top 5 last year as well. Can't remember what spot last year though. Let's see. They were number 3 last year. Wow, okay. This group is my 3rd favorite of last year. But the number 5 this year, because I've discovered some other great groups this year. So that's why they've dumped 2 spots. But the group is 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗓𝗓. Yes, they are currently, they're still one of my favorites. I feel I haven't reacted to them in quite a while. Because I've just been super busy. Obviously I've reacted to their music videos and everything, but I know that they did a performance thing some months ago that I never reacted to because I've been super busy. But yeah, 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗓𝗓, they're still one of my favorite. And last year, I mean, they've done so good this year, but last year was just a little bit better for them, I think, because they had unbelievably good songs last year, such as Wonderland and 𝗦𝗢𝗖𝗓𝗟𝗓𝗓. 𝗦𝗢𝗖𝗓 is still one of my favorite 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗓𝗓 songs. But this year they've done very good as well. They obviously did the Inception and Thanks. Where I originally was Team Thanks, but I've now changed to Inception, several months after. Which is weird. And they also did Answer at the beginning of 2020, which was so good. And that album, the Answer album, had one amazing B-side on it called Horizon. Which is one of the best B-sides that 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗓𝗓 has ever done. And 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗓 has in fact one of my favorite discographies in boy groups. Their B-sides, all of their B-sides could have been title tracks. That's how good they are. My bias is still Your Song. It's always been Your Song. And right now I can't see myself changing my bias in 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗓𝗓. He's one of few members, few idols in K-pop that can make me blush. I don't know what it is about him, but he's everything. He needs to get more lines there. But anyways, but yeah, 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗓𝗓 has done so well since their debut. They really have. And I don't think I can even pick a favorite song by them, because all of their title tracks are so good. And not even title tracks, all B-sides as well. All of their songs are so good. But 𝗦𝗢𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓 has such a special place in my heart. So Treasure, the song Treasure, everything as well. And like, what are some of my other favorite 80s songs? Oh, 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗢𝗪 is one of my favorites as well. That was insane. Say My Name is fantastic. Yeah. Pirate King. Like, all so good. Okay, that was my number 5. Say, now to my number 4, which I fell in love with instantly through a new Kpop Friday that I did at the beginning of 2020, I think, or like in March or something. But I feel like it feels like I've been a stan of this group for years, but no, I haven't. The group is very, there's something special about this group. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it, why I love them so much. Because yes, they have amazing songs, but like, I would say that there's some other groups that have like better discography than this group, but there's something special about them. My favorite song by them is 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗪, Go Beyond the Barrier. Which was it my number 5 or number 4 favorite song of 2020? Can't remember. I think it was 5 actually. 5. But like Ring Ring Ring. Tag Tag Tag. Lay Back. All those like older very songs are everything. I love all of the different sounds and vibes that they have released. I love this group. My bias is 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗢𝗪, but the rest of the members are like my bias wreckers. I think there's one of the reasons why I love them so much is it's basically the members. I love them so much. They're extremely talented. The dancing skills is one of my favorite things by them. They're so freaking synchronized, and that's like one of the things that 𝗻₍ is known for. Yes, 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗢𝗪 has actually been my bias from the very beginning, but there are 2 members that has really been bias wrecking me lately, and that is Yeonho and Youngsun. Yeonho, extremely good vocalist, is insane, and he's so charming and everything. And then Youngsun is just an extremely good dancer, and yeah, I just love his personality, and he's adorable. But I love all members. So yeah, 𝗻₍ is my number 4 this year. And they were obviously not in my top 5 last year because I didn't know about them last year. Now for my number 3. This is also a group that I've been obsessed with. I'm surprised that they're not actually higher on my list than number 3, but like the 2 first spots are, no. But yeah, my number 3 is Golden Child. This is kind of like in the same route as 𝗻₍. Can't put my finger on why I'm so obsessed with this group, but I truly am. I love all members. They're extremely talented, but they're like their songs, and they've always had banger songs since debut. I haven't been a stan since debut though, but like I wish I was. I wish I knew about them back then when they debuted, but no, I didn't. My favorite song by them is still 𝗦𝗢𝗖𝗓𝗪. That is one of my actual favorite K-pop songs of all time, I think. It's so good. But the song they came up with this year, Pump It Up, was on my top 10 K-pop songs of 2020. That is so good. Without You is amazing. One, Lucid Dream, insanely good. So this has been Golden Child's year, truly has. But like their older stuff as well, love it, love older Golden Child releases as well, such as 𝗙𝗙𝗟𝗟𝗢𝗪, Let Me, and It's You. Three songs that I love to death, and love the fact that we got to see so many different sides of Golden Child as well. My bias is Jiahyun. He was my like previous like bias wrecker. There's always been, I don't know what it is about that guy, I've always been so drawn towards. Yeah, but as I said, he was my bias wrecker. He's not my bias because I can't. Y and Yoo-chan was my previous biases. Yes, I actually had two. And fun fact, they're actually born on the exact same day as well. Not the same year though, but the same day. And yes, they're also both the main vocalists. They were like my previous biases. But Jaehyun, I don't know. Yeah. Right, and they're having a comeback soon as well, because they did release like a comeback trailer, teaser, something. I did watch it, and I'm so excited for 2021 Golden Child. Right. Also, I need to mention Golden Child's younger brother group, Drippin', which debuted this year. Damn, they're good. They could have been in my top 5 as well, but like they only had one mini album out, but that mini album was such a bop. All the songs, like, yeah. Right, okay, now for my number 2, my second favorite boy group of 2020, which was also on my list last year, but number 4 actually, so they jumped up some spots. Damn. This group I've also loved from the very beginning, where I discovered them. The group is 𝗏𝗏. My boys 𝗏𝗏, and damn, they had a good year. But they've had that since debut. But I mean, they did debut in 2019 though. But still, they've released bops ever since debut. Valkyrie was such a good debut. Then they did Twilight, which is one of my favorite K-pop songs. Which was my second favorite K-pop song of 2019, boy group version, after Stray Kids' Miro. This year they've done so good. Their song, A Song Written Easily, was my second favorite song of 2020, boy group version. They did Come Back Home. To Be or Not to Be. 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗢𝗪, which was the latest release, which was so fun and different from what we've seen from 𝗏𝗏 before. But yeah, I feel like they could have been my like #1 favorite boy group this year, 2020. Well, the first group though. But yeah, my bias in the group, oh, it's so hard. Like, I love all of them equally as much, but my bias is Raven. My first bias in the group was actually Connie. 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗢𝗪 has really been bias wrecking me lately, but my bias is Raven. That's my future husband right there. Right, yeah. So my second favorite boy group of 2020 is 𝗦𝗢𝗖𝗜𝗓𝗪. And now for my absolute favorite boy group of 2020. And my first place hasn't changed much at all. It is the same as last year. It is Stray Kids, my absolute favorite boy group in K-pop. Yeah, they're so my style. Their music never fails. Always so amazing. Both title tracks and B-sides. Yeah, I can't explain to you how much I love Stray Kids. And like here as well, picking a favorite song is almost impossible. I can like mention 10 favorites. Like, yeah, I can't. But like 𝗦𝗢𝗖𝗓𝗪, damn, it's good. Still, it's so good. But like also District 9, also one of my favorite songs. Voices. God's Menu, which was my absolute favorite song by a boy group of 2020. Backdoor. 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗢𝗪, which was their pre-debut release, which is also like one of my favorites. Side Effect, which was crazy but so good. Double Knot. 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗢𝗪. I've never known how to pronounce that, but it's very good. And not to forget about My Pace, which was iconic. Right, Stray Kids, my absolute favorite boy group. Bias, oh. Here I've changed my bias several times, I feel like. And I feel like it keeps changing because I love them all as so much. It is Jisung, aka Han. I used to have two biases, Jisung and Changbin. But I think Jisung is like actually my bias. But Minho, aka Lino, is such a bias wrecker for me. I can't. But Stray Kids, my favorite. My boys. And I feel like they've been that since I discovered them. Like, I've been obsessed from the first second I discovered this group. Very, very excited to see if they're gonna be my favorite next year as well. Like, I don't know. I really don't know. And now, as I mentioned, I have like two ultimate groups that I haven't mentioned because I don't know you. So EXO is one of my it's my ultimate boy group, but they're currently not really active as a whole group. That's why I love EXO and I always will, and they will always have such a special place in my heart, but they're currently not really active, so that's why they're actually not in my top 5. I feel like I should, that's why I've given like the spot to some other groups that actually are. But yeah, they obviously could have been in my top 5 because of the previous, like, earlier stuff that they have done. And still they're one of my, as I said, one of my ultimate groups in K-pop. I love EXO so much, and they were like the first group that I ever got into in K-pop, along with BTS in 2015. Yeah, so EXO, I love you so much. Also, another group that was actually in my top 5 last year, but not this year, is 17. Another like ultimate group of mine. And I almost put them in my top 5 this year, like 2020. But I just had to give the spot to someone else, even though they obviously are still active and everything. But 2019, in my opinion, was such a better year for 17. They had some amazing releases this year, such as Left and Right, Home Run, and they've done amazing. But this year, they're actually not, or 2020, I keep saying this year, we're in 2021 now, they're not in my top 5. But maybe again next year, who knows. But I, along with, same as EXO, 17 has such a special place in my heart. They were one of the first group I got into as well. Anyways, that was my top 5. I will now list to you my top 5 last year, so you can see how it changed, because it sure did. I don't feel like it changed as much as my, or maybe it did, as much as my girl group version. Number 5 last year was actually Monster X. They're not in my top 5 of 2020, but I still love Monster X so much. My number 4, as I said, was Warners last year. Then I'm on number 2. Yeah. My number 3 was 80s last year. My second favorite last year was 17. And my absolute favorite last year, Stray Kids. Same as this year. Okay, that was my top 5. Let me know your top 5 boy groups in 2020 down below. I would love to read that. And as always, before you leave this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys again another time. Bye.